almost 3 months living with our temporary kitchen setup in the living room, and it's getting pretty old. Now that the ceiling and walls are painted, I'll move on to painting the trim. They get 2 coats of primer and 1 first coat of paint, with an additional coat of paint to be applied later once they're all trimmed out. Mike builds and installs the door jamb towards the pantry. And then we hit another milestone. Our cabinets and appliances are finally being delivered. We're using the garage as a shop and a staging area. Now that we've gotten to the point where we're forced to even take the temporary sink and the dishwasher off of the wall, Mike does some final drywall repairs. The kitchen has descended into chaos again, and it seems like it needs to get worse before it gets better. Mike is staying with us and pretty much manages the entire installation by himself while the 2 of us work. But once the sink is installed and connected, and the doors and drawers are starting to go on all the lower cabinets, it feels like there's light at the end of the tunnel again. We staged the cabinets that will make the island and put a piece of cardboard on top to get a feeling for what it would be like after the countertops are installed. There's lots of discussion and consideration about the placement. At the end of the day, we decide to move it from our original plans, which means we will need a new hole for the light fixture that is supposed to be centered right above it. But that makes the main pathway nice and wide. One weekend morning in the middle of February, Lisa takes the boys down to the ocean so that I can get some work in. The temperatures end up hitting almost 50 degrees F, so it's t-shirt weather. On one hand, perfect to do painting outside. On the other hand, also slightly concerning for this time of year. The trim pieces on the windows and the doors are pre-primed, but I put on 1 coat of paint before they get nailed. Following Mike's advice, I first marked the door jamb with the reveal and then cut the trim piece to my mark. the window is still missing some gray paint, while Mike opens up the cabinet to make the opening large enough to fit our oven. Having a little table the same height as the cabinet makes it easy to place and slide the oven. Next are the white uppers, starting once again from the reference point in the corner. The headers for the doors and window are slightly wider and thicker than the trim. They also get a coat of paint on every visible surface before they get installed. And I managed to switch out a good amount of the outlets and switches to the new designs. We have to wait a week for our countertops, after which the stovetop will be able to be installed. But we're almost back in a functional kitchen. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.